Are you someone who is passionate about becoming a writer? Are you someone who has always dreamt of becoming a writer? Do you want to know how to write blog posts, write articles, or even write books? You want to know how to write books? Do you have book ideas in your head, but you don't just know how to get started? Are you someone who is passionate about writing, but you don't just know how to get started? Do you admire writers? Do you feel that you have writing ability, writing potential, writing talent, but you don't just know how to groom it, you don't know how to get started, you don't know how to develop that potential? Then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 steps, 7 essential steps to becoming a writer. If you are just seeing me for the first time, my name is Ogorvemu Daniel Okpu. You can simply call me Daniel. I am a writer, I am an editor, and book project consultant. This is my channel, and on this channel I share content on writing, editing, and publishing, and how you can make money using your writing skill, how you can make money as a writer. So if you are someone who has always desired to become a writer, or you are already a writer but you want to become a better writer, you want to become a professional writer, you want to hone your writing potential, you want to develop your writing skill, you want to bring out that writer, that great, that exceptional, that professional writer that is hidden in you, then this channel is for you. If you want to know how to use your writing skill to earn income, to earn money online, then this channel is for you. I want to give you 30 seconds to go and subscribe to this channel. If you have not done so, go and do that right now. Give this video a like, give it a thumbs up if you are actually getting value from it. Now, 7 steps to becoming a writer. 7 steps to becoming a writer. Now, first of all, let's know who a writer is. Now, a writer is a person who uses written words in different writing styles, genres, and techniques to communicate ideas, to inspire feelings and emotions, or to entertain. A writer is someone who writes simply. A writer is someone who writes, is someone who communicates using written words. A writer is someone who uses the pen to communicate ideas, to share information, to educate, to entertain, to motivate, to inspire. That is who a writer is. If someone is not writing consistently, that person is not a writer. A writer is someone who has developed his writing potential and he is practicing it. Before you can be called a writer, you must be someone who has not just trained as a writer, is not someone who has just developed his writing potential, but someone who writes regularly, someone who uses the power of the pen to impart his word or her word, to educate, to teach, to entertain, to inspire consistently. That is who a writer is. Now, having known who a writer is, what are the steps that one must take or must follow to become a writer? The topic of our video says 7 steps to becoming a writer. 7 steps to becoming a writer. So let's start with the first step. Step 1, find your why. Now, the first step to becoming a writer, you watching me, you want to become a writer, isn't it? So this is the first step that you are going to take, and that is find your why. Find your why. Now, let me read from the screen here. The first step to becoming a writer is understanding why you want to write. Now, you want to become a writer. For you to get started, you must define your purpose of wanting to be a writer, wanting to become a writer. Why do you want to become a writer? Why do you want to start writing? Do you want to start writing just to share your knowledge? You want to start writing to educate people? You want to start writing to entertain people? You want to start writing to positively influence or impart your word? You want to become a writer because you want to share your experiences, you want to share your expertise, you want to share your knowledge, you want to share the story of your life. Is that the reason why you want to become a writer? Or do you want to become a writer because you want to make money? You just want to be a writer to make money. Is that your reason of wanting to become a writer? You must get this upfront before you get started. Yes, this is very vital. This is very essential. If you don't know your why behind you becoming a writer, then you may not last in the journey. You may not be able to stand the test of time in the journey of writing or becoming a writer. Now, in the journey of becoming a writer, there will be a time where it will get tough, or where the journey will look as if it is like you are wasting your time, or this is not just, it does not worth it. Now, at that point where you feel like this does not worth it, this not I don't think I can continue this. If you don't have a strong why for starting in the first place, you will easily give up. So what I'm trying to say now is that you need a strong why to be able to stand the process of becoming a writer. You need a strong why to be able to endure the process of you becoming a writer. So when it gets tough, it is your why that will keep you going even when you feel like giving up. So this is very essential. So this is the first step you need to take in order to become a writer. Now, the second step that you must take to become a writer is to develop a routine. It is developing a routine. Now, what is a routine? A routine is a sequence of actions that is followed, that is regularly followed. A sequence of action that is followed. Now, what that means is that having a routine is having a set time to write, either for each day or during the week or within the week. Now, becoming a writer is not just about inspiration, or it's not just about passion. It is about discipline. Now, if you cannot discipline yourself to write at a particular time regularly, then you are not ready to become a writer. You are not ready to groom that hidden writer in you. So if you write when you feel like it, you will never finish anything that you started to do. So if you want to become a writer, you must develop a routine. You must have a set time to write. Now, in the week, you must have a set time. You must have the days that you set aside for writing. We have 7 days in the week. You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. Now, you can tell yourself that every Monday I must write. That is a routine. And when you follow it every Monday, you know that every Monday, that is your day of writing. And you follow it, that is a routine. Or you can say every day by so time, you must be on your writing desk to write, and you follow it. That is a routine. In a week, you can set aside 3 days. You can say on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, these are your writing days. These are your days for writing. When you stick to it, when you follow it, it means you are following a routine. You have a routine. You have developed a routine. So as a writer, you cannot just be writing randomly. You cannot just be writing only when you feel like writing. If it is only when you have the passion or the inspiration to write, that is when you write. You can never emerge the writer that you desire to become. So if you want to become the writer that you dream of, you must develop a routine. You must set aside every day. You must set aside time every day or a few times within the week that you dedicate to writing. So get this, have this in mind. So that is the second step. If you must become a writer, the third step that you must take is practicing reading regularly. Now, every writer you see, every exceptional writer, every good writer you see today, those that you admire as writers, they are readers. Writers are not just writers, they are also readers. Now, the importance of reading to becoming a writer cannot be overemphasized. Yes, I cannot stress too much why you must be a reader if you must become a writer. Yes, great writers are great readers. They read wide. They don't just focus on their niche. Now, as a writer, you must be versatile. You must have a broad knowledge of, almost everything. You must know something about everything. Yes, you may not know everything about something, but you must know something about everything. And how can that happen? You must be an ardent reader. You must read fiction books. You must read non-fiction books. You must read newspapers. You must read articles. You must read, in fact, what have you? You must read whatever interests you. Now, whenever you want to write, just because you have read wide, because you are an ardent reader, you hardly lack ideas or what to write on, because you have a broad spectrum of ideas that you can easily write on. Now, when you read wide, you learn the styles of different authors, of different writers. When you read, you learn different styles of writing. When you read, you learn different styles of presenting your points in writing. So reading is very, very essential to becoming a writer. So if you are listening to me, if you are not a reader, you are not interested in reading, then you have to start building a reading culture. While you watch videos like you are doing now, have a set time. Have time for reading. Have time to read articles. Have time to read the newspapers. Have time to read novels. And as you read, you are unconsciously learning different styles or better way of writing. Now let's move on. What is the first step that you must take to become a writer? First step that you need to take as a beginner in order to become a writer is starting small. Start small. Yes. Now, you don't need to write a novel right away as a beginner. You are just starting to learn how to write or to become a writer. You must start from the basic. As a beginner, you cannot say you want to start writing 500 words a day. You cannot say you want to start writing 10,000 words in a week. You will get tired. You will get fed up. Why? Because you don't yet have that capacity. You don't yet have that ability to do that. So as a beginner, for you to go through the process, start small. You can tell yourself that every day you will be writing 200 words. You can say you want to be writing 300 words. You can say you want to be writing 400 words, as your capacity can carry, as your ability can carry. Now, writing is like someone who is, building his muscles. Now, when someone is building his muscles by carrying, weight, he starts from the weight that his muscles can carry. For instance, someone who is just starting to build his muscles, now he wants to start carrying a weight of 50 kg or 100 kg, when he knows that his muscles ability cannot stand a weight of 100 kg. Now, to begin, you can say, let me start by carrying a weight of 10 kg. Let me start by carrying a weight of 20 kg, as your ability can carry. So start with 50 kg, for instance. Now, as you keep carrying that 50 kg, it will get to a point that your muscle will tell you that you are now more than 50 kg. Now, at that point, you can now step it up, maybe to 70 kg or to 100 kg. Now, you start, with that 100 kg, you keep building your muscle with that 100 kg. Now it will get to a point that your muscle will tell you that, look man, you are now, my ability now is above 100 kg. At that point you cannot step it up. That is how it is with writing also. Now start small. Start by writing short blog posts. Start by writing short articles, short Facebook articles, Facebook posts, maybe 100 words or 200 words or even 300 words. Now maintain that level for a certain period. Now when you know that you have developed the capacity to comfortably write 200 words a day or 300 words a day without stress, without feeling it, you can now step it up maybe to 500 words or to 1000 words daily or every day. That is how you start to learn. I want to give you 30 seconds to go and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Go and do that right now. Give this video a like, give it a thumbs up if you are actually getting value from it. Now let's move on. Now what is the 5th step that you must take to become a writer? Embrace the drafting process. What do I mean by this? Your first draft will not be perfect, and that is okay. In fact, it is supposed to be messy. The magic happens in the revision process. Now think of your first draft as a raw material. Just get the ideas out of your head and onto the page. You can always polish, refine and reorganize later. The important thing is to get the words down. Remember, you can't edit a blank page. Now this is very, very important. As a beginner, as a starter or as a newbie, you must embrace what we call the drafting process. Now like we just read from the screen, now you cannot edit a blank page. Now if every draft is perfect, then there will be no need for editing. Editing comes in because we know or we understand that the first draft is not perfect. Even the second draft may not even be perfect. Even the third draft may not even be 100% perfect. So if you must develop your ability to write, if you must learn how to write, then you must learn to embrace the drafting process. Now when you have accepted the drafting process, you are not afraid to write because you think you make mistake. Don't think about how perfect what you are writing is. Don't think about perfection. Just write. Consider your first draft as a raw material that will be edited, that will be refined into its best version. As the idea flow, as the ink flow, just be writing. Fill your blank page with as many words as you can. Now it is after your first draft that you can start working on what you have written to refine it into a better version. Some persons, just because they know that what they are going to write will not be perfect, they are ashamed or they are afraid to write. No, if you want to grow, if you want to develop your writing potential, you must embrace the drafting process. You must be willing to put down your words on paper, even if they are sounding messy. Are you getting me? This is very, very important. Now what is the 6th step that you must take to become a writer? It is on the screen. You have to get feedback on your writing. Now the importance of getting feedback after you have written something or you have drafted something is to know where you need improvement. Yes. Now writing can be a solitary pursuit, but getting feedback is one of the fastest ways to grow as a writer. Now after you have written something, maybe you wrote an article, you wrote a blog post. Now don't allow that your written post to just end with you. No, give that your article that you have written to someone that you know that is better than you, someone you know that is a better writer than you are. Give it to a trusted friend to read. Give it to someone you know that can, put you right in areas where you have made mistake. Now, without this, you will not know what to improve on. Without feedback, you will not know areas where you have made mistakes, areas where you need to put more focus, areas where you need to improve on. Yes. So getting feedback is very, very important. Find a trusted friend. You can join a writing group or take a writing class to get constructive criticism. Yes. We have coaches out there. We have mentors out there. We have writing classes out there where writers, beginners like you, are given assignments, are given works, and after submitting, the coach or the trainer will point out areas where they have made mistakes, areas to improve on, areas to focus on in order to get better. So this is very, very vital. Steps to becoming a writer. Now on my screen here, the 7th step here says keep writing and don't give up. Keep writing and don't give up. Wow, this is very, very crucial. Now, you can't become an expert in driving, for instance, after 1 day, after 2 days, after 3 days, and you tell yourself that I'm tired, I cannot continue. In fact, driving a car is not an easy job. Let me leave it for those who are born or who have the innate ability to drive. In fact, I'm not born to drive. You can never become a driver. That applies also to writing. If you want to become a writer, you must keep writing. You must write consistently. So if you must become a writer, that professional writer, that brilliant writer, that exceptional writer, then you must keep writing. A writer is not someone who writes once and forgets writing. A writer is someone who writes regularly. It is someone who writes consistently. So you have to keep writing and never give up. Writing is a journey. It is not a destination. Some days you will feel like writing, while some other days you may not feel like it. But if you have a strong why for wanting to become a writer, then even when you don't feel like writing, you must continue. You must discipline yourself to write. You must keep following the process of becoming a writer. So this is very, very vital. So don't give up. Keep writing, keep learning, and keep improving. You will be amazed at what you can accomplish if you stay on course. Now, just before we go to the summary, if what I have shared so far is you find it meaningful, you find it helpful, please subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Before I go to the summary, I want to give you 30 seconds to go and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Go and do that right now. Give this video a like, give it a thumbs up if you are actually getting value from it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Give this video a thumbs up if you are actually getting value from it. Now let's go to the summary of what we have learned so far. Quick recap of the 7 steps to becoming a writer. Step number 1, you must find your why. You must find your why, your purpose, the reason why you want to become a writer. Then step number 2, you must develop a writing routine. You must develop a writing routine. Then step number 3, you must read widely, read consistently. You must be an ardent reader. Then step number 4, you have to start small. Start small. Then step number 5, embrace the drafting process. Embrace the drafting process. Then step number 6, get feedback. Then step number 7, keep writing and never give up. Now, just before I round off this class or this video, I want to let you know that these 7 steps are not exhaustive. I mean, these are not the only step that you have to take to become the writer that you have always dreamt of becoming. There are other steps that I'm not able to talk about in this video. Just before I go to the final slide, I have a book. It is a free guide, a free book, Becoming the Happy Better Writer. Becoming the Happy Better Writer. What you must know and practice to move from a newbie to a professional writer. Becoming the Happy Better Writer. What you must know and practice to move from a newbie to a professional writer. Now I'm going to leave the link to freely download this guide on the description, so you can go to the description to get the link to download this guide and enjoy it. So if you have actually found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our content that is dish out here. Until my next video, keep being the happy better writer that you have always desired to become.